Hello, my friends. Now, maybe you're thinking of moving to Gibraltar and asking yourself, what taxes do I have to pay? Is Gibraltar a tax haven? Well, Gibraltar is not a tax haven. It is considered a low tax jurisdiction, a specialist onshore finance center which has complied with all its international obligations on compliance and tax information exchange. Gibraltar is an OECD whitelisted jurisdiction. There is no capital gains tax in Gibraltar, no wealth tax for either individuals or companies, no gift tax, no estate duty or inheritance tax, no tax on bank interest, no VAT, no tax on dividends from a company quoted on a recognized stock exchange or from companies which do not generate Gibraltar taxable income. There is no tax on pensions if it is received from pension funds approved by the Commissioner of Income Tax in respect of individuals aged 60 or over, and if pension income is sourced outside Gibraltar and taxed in the country of source but is not received in Gibraltar. Tax is charged on the income on a worldwide basis of an individual ordinarily resident in Gibraltar from employment or self-employment activities. An ordinary resident means an individual who in any year of assessment is present in Gibraltar for a period of at least 183 days in aggregate or is present in Gibraltar in excess of 300 days in 3 consecutive years. For individuals, there are currently 2 systems in place for the assessment of income tax in Gibraltar. The 2 systems are a traditional allowance-based system and a gross income-based system. An individual whose annual assessable income doesn't exceed 11,450 for now shall not be subject to tax. Though you still have to pay national insurance contributions. It could be paid weekly or monthly. Overall, as self-employed, it is 20% of gross earnings subject to a minimum of £1,300 and maximum £2,600 per year. As an employed, also depends on if you are a married woman, a pensioner, etc. As you can see in the table, it could be 10% of gross earnings subject to a minimum of £629.20 and a maximum of £1,887.60 per year. On top of it, employer contribution 20% of gross earnings subject to a minimum of £1,456 and a maximum of £2,600 a year. The allowance-based system of taxation enables individuals to claim allowances against their gross income and pay tax on their net income. The alternative gross income-based system of taxation requires you to pay tax on your gross income at a lower rate than under the allowance-based system. If you are employed in Gibraltar and registered with a tax office, you can choose one or another system to pay your tax with. But in the absence of a tax code, your employer is obliged to deduct 20% tax from your wages. Also, Gibraltar offers 2 forms of special tax statuses: a high net worth individuals or Category 2 status. An individual must provide evidence of sufficient wealth of £2 million, buy or rent an approved residential accommodation in Gibraltar for the whole of the year of assessment, must not be resident in Gibraltar and has not been in the previous 5 years. Cat 2 individual shall be liable to income tax on the first £105,000 of assessable income only, subject to a minimum payment of £32,000 per annum and maximum £37,310. Another status is a high executive possessing specialist skills individual, established to attract talent and top-flight executives to Gibraltar, with the gross assessable income more than £160,000 per annum. As tax rates presently stand, the annual total tax liability would be £39,940. Now, what about purchasing a property, you may ask? Well, a stamp duty is payable by the purchaser on the purchase price of the property, Where you are a first-time or second-time buyer of residential property, there is currently no stamp duty payable on the first £260,000 of the purchase price. Between 260 and 350,000 it is 5.5%. Over 350,000 it is 3.5%. And if you are a third-time buyer or more, the rate is zero on up to £200,000 of the purchase price. From 201 to 350,000 it is 2% on first 250 and 5.5 on balance. Over 350,000 it is 3% on first 350 and 3.5 on balance. For some affordable housing estates, there is a special right of 7.5% stamp duty payable within the first 10 years since original purchase. If you are purchasing the property with the assistance of a bank, stamp duty is also payable on mortgages at a rate of 0.13% for borrowing of £200,000 or less, or 0.2% for borrowings of more than £200,000. Well, this is all for now, my friends. Bear in mind, this should not be considered tax advice. You should consult a qualified professional for accurate information pertaining to your individual circumstances. Thank you for watching and goodbye.